Yet even in this iron-fisted rule, the empire began to heal. Bandits disappeared. Order returned. Markets flourished. Roads became safe again. Murad's iron rule, as terrifying as it was, pulled the Ottoman Empire back from the brink of collapse. His brutality brought stability. His strictness brought discipline. And for the first time in years, the empire began to breathe again. But Murad IV was not only a ruler of sword and fear. He was also a military commander with the heart of a warrior. One of the greatest achievements of his reign was the reconquest of Baghdad. For years, the Safavid Empire had taken advantage of Ottoman weakness, capturing one of the most sacred and strategic cities in the Muslim world. Previous sultans failed to regain it, but Murad IV would not accept failure. Leading the army himself, he marched across brutal terrains, storms, and enemy ambushes, determined to restore Ottoman honor. In 1638, after a grueling siege, Baghdad fell to the Ottomans. Murad IV entered the city not as a mere ruler, but as a conqueror whose presence shook the world. The victory restored the empire's pride and announced to its enemies that the Ottomans were far from dying. They had awakened, but behind this powerful ruler was a man fighting his own inner demons. Despite banning alcohol, Murad himself struggled with heavy drinking. The same strictness he imposed on others could not restrain his own destructive habits. The empire watched the powerful ruler rise like an unstoppable force, only to be slowly consumed by the very things he had outlawed. Murad IV's final years were marked by glory and tragedy. He dreamed of future conquests, of restoring the empire to its golden age, but his health deteriorated rapidly. In 1640, at only 27 years old, the fierce sultan who had brought order to chaos, who had reclaimed Baghdad, who had ruled with unmatched authority, took his final breath. His death was not that of an old king surrounded by peace, but of a warrior whose flame burned too brightly to last long. When the news spread to the empire, there was silence. Even those who feared him could not deny the truth. Murad saved the Ottoman Empire at a time when it stood on the edge of destruction. He was both feared and respected. Harsh yet necessary, a ruler forged by chaos and defined by power. His legacy survived as a sultan who restored strength during one of the darkest periods of the empire, an iron ruler who walked the streets with a sword, who commanded armies, who reclaimed lost lands, and who carved his name into history with fire and steel.